Welcome to this rigorous scientific lecture on coherent perfect absorption in ultrathin metasurfaces. Today we're going to explore one of the most elegant phenomena in contemporary photonics, how properly phased illumination can make an incredibly thin structure absorb nearly all incoming light. Let me start by posing a fundamental question. Can we make a structure thinner than the wavelength of light absorb 100% of incident radiation? Your intuition might say no. After all, how can something so thin interact strongly enough with light? The answer is yes, and it lies in the beautiful interplay of coherent interference and critical coupling. This is the essence of coherent perfect absorption, or see page A. Coherent perfect absorption is a phenomenon where two or more coherent light beams interfere in such a way that all incident energy is absorbed by the structure, with zero reflection and zero transmission. Here's a profound insight. CPA is mathematically the time-reversed analog of a laser. While a laser converts internal energy into coherent outgoing waves, CPA converts coherent incoming waves into internal energy. Let's dive into the physics. Consider a thin absorbing layer illuminated from both sides by two coherent beams with controllable phase and amplitude. Here's the setup. We have a thin absorbing layer, let's call it thickness D. Two coherent beams, E1 and E2, illuminate from opposite sides. Each beam partially reflects and partially transmits through the layer. The key is that the reflected fields from both sides can interfere destructively if we choose the right phase relationship. When the reflections cancel perfectly, all the energy must go somewhere, and that somewhere is absorption. Let's write down the mathematics. For a symmetric structure with two counter-propagating beams of equal amplitude, the total reflection coefficient is given by a coherent sum. R total equals R1 plus R2 times e to the I phi, where phi is the relative phase between the two incident beams. Here's the critical question. When does this total reflection vanish? When R1 equals negative R2 times e to the I phi. This is the CPA condition. For a symmetric structure where R1 equals R2, this simplifies beautifully. We need phi equals pi, meaning the beams must be exactly out of phase by 180 degrees. Phi equals pi for symmetric C. Page A. This is the coherent perfect absorption condition. Let's perform an energy conservation check. The incident power is proportional to E1 squared plus E2 squared. If there's no reflection and no transmission, where does this energy go? The incident power is E1 magnitude squared plus E2 magnitude squared. The absorbed power equals incident minus reflected minus transmitted. At CPA, reflected and transmitted are both zero. Therefore, all incident power is absorbed. Energy is conserved through conversion to heat or other forms of internal energy in the absorbing medium. Let's do a quick back-of-the-envelope calculation. What absorption coefficient do we need for a thin film to achieve CPA? Consider a thin film with thickness D equals 10 nanometers, much smaller than visible wavelengths of about 500 nanometers. For strong absorption without total opacity, we want alpha D approximately 0.5, where alpha is the absorption coefficient. This gives alpha approximately 5 times 10 to the 7 per meter. This is achievable in materials like graphene or plasmonic metals at resonance. You might ask, doesn't this require massive material loss? The answer is yes, but that's exactly the point. We want loss, but we want it coupled efficiently through interference. This is where metasurfaces come in. A metasurface is a two-dimensional array of subwavelength scatterers that can engineer electromagnetic responses beyond what natural materials provide. Here's a schematic of a metasurface. We have subwavelength resonators arranged in a periodic array. Each resonator can be a plasmonic nanoparticle, a dielectric antenna, or a patterned graphene structure. Each element scatters light with a specific amplitude and phase determined by its geometry and material. By designing the array, we control the collective response. To achieve CPA, we need critical coupling. This means the radiative loss rate must exactly equal the absorption loss rate in the structure. Gamma radiative equals gamma absorption. This is the critical coupling condition. When satisfied, we get perfect absorption at resonance. Here's an analogy. Critical coupling is like impedance matching in electrical circuits. When the load impedance matches the source impedance, maximum power transfer occurs. Let's work through a detailed example using graphene, a truly remarkable two-dimensional material that's only 1 atom thick. Graphene is just 0.34 nanometers thick, yet it absorbs pi alpha of incident light, where alpha is the fine structure constant, approximately 1 over 137. This gives about 2.3% absorption for a single layer. Not much, but we can enhance this dramatically with patterning and resonances. When we pattern graphene into nanoribbons, or nanodiscs, we create localized plasmon resonances. These resonances dramatically enhance the interaction with light. The quality factor Q equals omega 0 over gamma total, typically ranging from 10 to 100 for graphene plasmons. This resonant enhancement allows thin structures to absorb efficiently. For CPA and a graphene metasurface, we need to balance radiative and ohmic losses. The sheet conductivity must be tuned to a specific value. For critical coupling to free space, the sheet conductivity should be approximately 1 over 2 eta 0, where eta 0 is the impedance of free space 377 ohms. This gives sigma s approximately 1.3 millisiemens. This is achievable in graphene through electrostatic gating. Now let's discuss the crucial aspect, phase engineering. Why is the relative phase between beams so important? The magic of CPA is that we engineer constructive interference inside the absorbing medium while creating destructive interference in the reflected waves. This maximizes energy deposition. Visualize it this way. The fields inside the material add constructively, creating strong absorption, but the reflected waves interfere destructively and cancel out. Here's an important question. What happens if we illuminate from only one side? Can we still get perfect absorption? The answer is no. We cannot get 100% absorption with single-sided illumination. The maximum is 50%. This follows from time reversal symmetry and energy conservation. Maximum absorption with single-sided illumination is 0.5, achieved when reflection equals transmission in magnitude. This is exactly why coherent illumination from both sides is essential for perfect absorption. The second beam provides the additional degree of freedom needed. How do we realize this experimentally? There are several clever approaches used in laboratories around the world. Method 1. Split a single laser beam with a beam splitter. Send the two beams along different paths with controllable delay, then recombine them on opposite sides of the sample. Method 2. Use a retroreflector or mirror behind the sample. The transmitted light reflects back, effectively creating the second coherent beam. Adjust the mirror position to control phase. Method 3. Place the metasurface at the node or antinode of a standing wave created between two mirrors. This automatically creates the two-beam configuration. Let's talk about practical numbers. What absorption can we actually achieve in real devices? State-of-the-art experiments have demonstrated greater than 99% absorption in structures just 10 to 50 nanometers thick. This is remarkable considering visible wavelengths are 500 nanometers. The ratio d over lambda is approximately 1/10 to 1/50. We're absorbing light in a structure 1/50 of a wavelength thick. The bandwidth is typically 10 to 50 nanometers for high-Q resonances. Broader bandwidths are possible with multi-resonant designs or lossy materials. One of the most powerful features of metasurface-based CPA is tunability. We can actively control the absorption. For graphene metasurfaces, we can tune the Fermi level through electrostatic gating. This shifts the plasmon resonance frequency and modulates the absorption strength. A Fermi level shift of 0.5 electron volts corresponds to a frequency shift of about 50 terahertz. This enables dynamic control over absorption. Phase change materials like vanadium dioxide or germanium antimony telluride can switch between crystalline and amorphous states, dramatically changing their optical properties. What can we do with coherent perfect absorption? The applications are diverse and exciting. Optical switching and modulation at incredibly low energy levels, down to femtojoules. By switching the phase of one beam, we can toggle between absorption and reflection. Photo detection with near-unity quantum efficiency. Every absorbed photon can potentially create a photocarrier, maximizing detector sensitivity. Thermal emitters and thermophotovoltaics. By Kirchhoff's law, a perfect absorber is also a perfect emitter. We can engineer thermal radiation patterns. Optical computing and neuromorphic systems where the phase-sensitive nature of CPA mimics neural activation functions. Of course, there are challenges and limitations we must acknowledge. Challenge 1. Fabrication precision. Metasurfaces require nanoscale features with high uniformity. Variations degrade performance. Challenge 2. Material loss causes heating. At high intensities, thermal effects can damage the structure or detune the resonance. The absorbed power equals intensity times effective area. For a 10 micron by 10 micron device at 1 kilowatt per square centimeter, that's 1 milliwatt, potentially causing significant heating. Challenge 3. There's a fundamental trade-off between bandwidth and peak absorption due to causality constraints. Broadband perfect absorption is difficult. Let me introduce an advanced concept. CPA is intimately connected to non-Hermitian physics and exceptional points. Mathematically, CPA occurs at the poles of the scattering matrix in the complex frequency plane. These are the eigenfrequencies, where the system perfectly couples to external modes. At omega CPA, the scattering matrix diverges. This is analogous to hitting a resonance with zero radiative loss. When two eigenfrequencies coalesce in both real and imaginary parts, we reach an exceptional point. Near exceptional points, the system is extremely sensitive to perturbations. This enables ultrasensitive sensing. A small change in refractive index or thickness near an exceptional point causes a large change in absorption. Let's compare CPA with other absorption enhancement mechanisms to appreciate what makes it unique. Traditional resonant absorption uses a single cavity or resonance. It can be strong but is typically limited in bandwidth and requires thick structures. Plasmonic absorption exploits strong near-field enhancement but suffers from radiative losses that limit efficiency. CPA is fundamentally different. It uses interference, is phase-sensitive, and allows active control simply by adjusting the incident phase. Let's work through a quantitative example with a silicon metasurface operating in the near-infrared. Consider silicon nanodiscs with diameter 400 nanometers and height 200 nanometers arranged in a square lattice with 600 nanometer period. The magnetic dipole resonance occurs around 1.5 micrometers wavelength. Silicon has low loss at this wavelength. Intrinsic silicon loss is negligible, so we add a thin, lossy coating, perhaps a few nanometers of chromium or titanium nitride. Coating thickness around 5 nanometers with extinction coefficient kappa, approximately 3, provides the necessary absorption. With proper phasing of the two incident beams, absorption exceeds 0.95. Without the second beam, absorption drops to around 0.4. Let's discuss scaling laws. How does CPA performance scale with various parameters? Absorption scales as gamma absorption over the sum of gamma absorption plus gamma radiative. To maximize absorption, we want these rates comparable. For thicker structures, intrinsic loss increases but the phase coherence of the interference degrades. There's an optimal thickness, typically 1/10 to 1/20th of a wavelength. Optimal thickness is lambda over 10 to 20. Below this, insufficient absorption. Above this, phase variation across thickness degrades interference. What does the future hold for coherent, perfect absorption and metasurfaces? Nonlinear CPA is emerging, where the absorption depends on intensity. This enables optical switching and bistability with very low power. Temporal CPA uses time-varying metasurfaces that modulate faster than the wave period. This breaks time reversal symmetry and enables novel functionalities. Multi-frequency CPA with metasurfaces designed to have multiple resonances can absorb different wavelengths simultaneously. Integration with two-dimensional materials like graphene, transition metal dichalcogenides, and MXenes offers unprecedented control and tunability. Let me summarize the key physical insights we've covered. CPA is time-reversed lasing, converting coherent incoming waves into internal energy through destructive interference of reflections. Critical coupling requires balancing radiative and absorptive loss rates. This is the impedance matching of optics. Phase engineering of incident beams enables perfect absorption in films much thinner than the wavelength, overcoming traditional thickness requirements. Metasurfaces provide design freedom beyond natural materials, allowing us to tailor electromagnetic responses at subwavelength scales. Let's end with one final calculation. What is the electromagnetic energy density inside the absorber at CPA? Energy density equals epsilon 0 times the magnitude of the internal electric field squared. At CPA, the fields from both beams add constructively inside the material. For equal amplitude beams, the magnitude of E inside equals E1 plus E2 equals 2 times E0. Therefore, the energy density is 4 epsilon 0 E0 squared, which is 4 times what you'd get from a single beam. This factor of 4 comes from coherent addition. The fields double, but energy goes as field squared, giving a factor of 4 enhancement. In conclusion, coherent perfect absorption exemplifies the beauty and power of wave interference in nanophotonics. We've journeyed through the theory, calculations, and applications of this remarkable phenomenon. The ability to control light absorption so completely, with structures thinner than a wavelength, represents a triumph of modern electromagnetic engineering.